Hello there. Hope all is well. Hey, Beauty Empire CEOs, future Beauty Empire CEOs. Welcome, welcome, welcome again to the new channel where we're going to get educated on beauty empires and you being the best that you can be in this industry of over $1 billion of opportunities for whatever you decide to do in the beauty industry. Let me continue to give you my background and the reason why I am qualified to give you this information here. So, let me go ahead and get my face on this camera here so where you can see who are you talking to. Hey, alrighty, I'm Sandy. I am your Beauty Empire CEO, game changer for your business, first of all. And to reintroduce myself to you, I've had over 30 something years, about 31 years now in this industry. And I want to talk to you today on the mistakes I've made in my salon business, in my beauty salon business, because I think this is going to help you to navigate and be better than I was in the industry. And it has been very rewarding, successful, and I've also accomplished some things in this industry that I'm proud of, and working on more, accomplishing more things, completely working, getting myself from behind the chair. Some of my clients may not want to hear that, but yes, completely. I'm 55 as of April 29th, and we're in May 14th now of 2024. So I had a mentor that told me years ago that I should always work on transitioning from the chair because I don't want to be an old lady behind the chair. So I got my instructor license about what? Actually, about 10 years ago. It's been 10 years now since I've had my instructor license. Have taught at the technical colleges, have subbed at a few of the nonprofit beauty schools. Have seen it all in the beauty industry, worked in the salons. Some of you have listened at a previous video, you know the story. And along the way, I've learned a lot. So I can make this video about the mistakes I've made in the salon industry, in the beauty industry, and I don't want you to make these mistakes. I want you to be better than I was. If I had someone to tell me these things, really, really sit down and tell me these things. And back then, I think that I would have. I know I would have. I would have listened and I would have looked out for a lot of these things. Because I don't know whether you know it or not. Maybe you're not experiencing this, but a lot of the beauty industry is more of a competitive thing. We haven't in the past stuck together like we should have. But hey, I mean, if you're doing it now, that's great. I still see it somewhat in the industry, but we're not going to talk about the negativity. We're going to address today some of the things that I want you to be aware of, and I don't want you to make the mistakes. Okay. So if this is going to help you, please leave a comment. Let me know what you want videos to be on somewhat so I can help you navigate through some of these beauty empire and the beauty industry things. Okay, so first of all, let me just go back. I'm gonna timeline it back, and I'm gonna start from the beginning. And I didn't write any notes. I can just come off memory of some of the mistakes I've made because I've made them, and they're authentically coming from me. Okay, so I just want you to know what some of them are, and I don't want you to make these mistakes. So one mistake that I've made when I first went to cosmetology school and got my opportunity to take my state boards, I didn't pass my exam at first. I got discouraged, but I don't want you to do that. If you're the one of the ones if you have maybe been in the beauty industry and you're really not doing it full time, I don't want you to give up on yourself. The mistake that I made was I prolonged that and I just went and started doing other things, which my heart was in my beauty industry. I still did hair somewhat, even after I didn't pass the state board. That's something that I don't advise you to do. But back then I did hair. I know that I shouldn't have been doing it, but yes, I did it for a while, and then I went back and took my state board exam. I still, because I didn't go right back, and if you didn't pass it, just go right back because everything will be fresh in your mind. But if you don't go right back, please do it as soon as you can because you don't want to just lose the time. And so anyway, it took me a while to go back. It took me some years to go back. And I did it for a little while right after I didn't pass, and I got discouraged. And I was younger. I was like in my 20s. I got discouraged and didn't go back, and just down on myself, and just defeated. Really had had my kids, their father gotten killed when I was pregnant with my son, and so I was a young woman, and I didn't know, I didn't have that support that some of you can have now, the counseling. It was so much frowned upon people back then. If they thought if you go get counseling, you go get help, something's wrong with you. And that was just taboo. And you really didn't want anybody to know about your issues. Didn't realize it that I was just making, decisions. I wasn't rational for myself. Only thing I was in is survival mode, trying to take care of my kids because their father was deceased, and I was working on, just trying to survive. That's what I was doing really, in working, and what I'm saying, trying to survive. Just working, doing something just to have a job, so where I can make sure that we were fine. Me and my kids were okay. So when I got married, I wanted to go back. I had a desire to go back to school, and my ex-husband, he didn't want. He really was like, nah, he felt like that wasn't good enough for me being a cosmetologist, and but his brother was in the industry. Okay, go figure. So it was more of a control thing, a narcissistic thing that he went through, and that's who he was. And so anyway, I didn't go back. But as the desire kept coming and coming and coming, and I just didn't do it. you know. But eventually, when I divorced him, I went back and I took my state board exam, and then I passed. Well, like I said, a couple of times I went back. I just went back on the fly and didn't try to study or anything like that. I just said, well, I'm sick and I take it. I passed I think I passed the reading part, but I needed the practical. I needed to practice some more on the practical. Yeah, that's what it was. And so I went back a couple of times and I passed it. Never give up. That's another thing. These are the mistakes that I've made. Don't give up. Don't ever, ever allow anyone to tell you or to be that deciding factor of something that you desire. I could have been so much longer in the industry had I not done it. But that's been over now. That's been like 25 years ago. But like I said, I've been in the industry over 30 something years. I went to school in the early 90s, 93, as a matter of fact, 92, 93. That's when I went and, got my completed my cosmetology program. But I've always had a desire to own a beauty school and always had a desire to be an instructor, which I accomplished that goal. And in between that now, once I got my license, I worked in salons. And another thing is, always have a game plan. Don't make the mistake that I was just didn't I had the desire to do more things in the industry, but because I was dealing with brokenness and all of those things, and I was picking myself back up here again, another tragedy, going through the divorce. Once I decided I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing, because that cosmetology helped me to it helped me to make a living for my children. And I think that's why I'm so compassionate now for, allowing cosmetology. It's been good to me. It saved me from homelessness. It saved me, my kids, from being, just not eating. It saved me and my kids from a lot of things. It saved me from being able to take care of my children. And I'm getting tear out, and I just thinking about how it was such a blessing for me to just be in this industry and continue to just be okay. And just sitting here now thinking of, the desire and the opportunity for me to open up a beauty school is going to save me once again in doing some of the things and living for some of my dreams, because I am a business consultant. I do a lot of those things too as well. But I want to do this for me. I want to do this. I'm coaching, and I've had the businesses, I've had the salons, and I've had all of the other things. But I want to do this for me. Now, another mistake that I don't want you to make in the industry is, don't make the mistake is picking the wrong location for your business. Okay, I had my first salon that I had outside of me Working in a corporate salon, that was the best thing could have happened. That was a mistake. That was good for me because I was able to hone on my skills and practice. And then don't make the mistake of not educating yourself and you just continue in education. Please continue doing that. Learn all you can learn because evolution is time is changing. So a lot of things I didn't do, I didn't learn as much as I should have for as new techniques, new styles, and things like that. I didn't learn as much outside. I was working with what I was working with, and I got complacent with the clientele that I wanted to work with, and I didn't, try to learn anything else. But I guess because my motivation was something for its management and not just being behind the chair forever. So that could have been a mistake, but then it could have been a blessing because yeah, you need to focus on something. So I mean, just educate yourself. Don't be lax on that. Now back to what I was saying is when I got in my first salon and the location was fine for a few years, but then that area it kind of went down a little bit. It went down, and when I say went down, it was just not the place to be because the neighborhood and the area surrounding areas where I was it just kind of declined and it went down, and it could have been partly because of the 2008 crash or whatever. Some businesses stayed afloat, some businesses did really well, but in that area for me it didn't do as well as it would have done after that. So make sure that you got a good location. Another mistake I made is the landlord that I had, she didn't care whether 4 or 5 salons was in the same plaza. And nowadays you have it now where they will only let one type of business in a certain location. So that was a no there. So that was something that, I didn't pay attention of. I just wanted to be on my own and I wanted to live my dream of owning my own salon. So that was a case for me too then. And then also before I got my first salon, and even before I worked in corporate, I booth rented for a while. That wasn't a mistake, but just make sure that you can handle working on your own. And then now things are so differently that you can market. You got these free videos that you can market you market your work free. Set you up a YouTube channel or social media, and then you can market that way too, and people can see your things too. But it was a little bit harder for me to market back then, versus now it is now. So, but anyway, make sure that you can pay your booth rent and things like that, and just make sure you plan out things a little bit better. So those are some of the mistakes that I made. I didn't write the plan when I first got out. Even got out as a booth runner. I feel like you should basically have a plan on what strategy, what road you're going to take and what you're going to do. So that was a mistake that I didn't make back then. And also another thing that you want to make sure is the mistake that I made is I didn't sell retail in my salon. I should have. Why am I I'm doing my clients' hair and I'm not selling the product to them? I'm sending them to the stores outside of me. I should have been selling them the products, the starting aids. I should have been selling them products that I was using on their hair. So that was just something that it was kind of like an insecurity of mine, saying that if I show them what to use on their hair, they may not come back. No, no. You want to be able to sell them because they're going to purchase something, whether it's the comb that they use, whatever it is, just go and pick everything you use on their hair. Just go and purchase it and sell it back to them. That's what you can do, or buy it in bulks or whatever the case may be and sell it back to them. That will be one thing that you can do. Okay. So any kind of, silk wrap, whatever, sell it to them. They just say, hey, this is a package, give them a care package or, get them something up, or either you can bundle it together and then sell it to them that way. However, but make sure that you don't allow them to go outside of you getting things. Another mistake that I made was I did not price my services at times correctly. I didn't bundle like a conditioner and a treatment, and I didn't stress to them as much of what they would need on their hair, outside of me, and just really talking to them more and letting them see the transformation that I was doing to their hair, because I know my clients, I'm real good with taking care of their hair. They didn't have that issue with their hair. Okay. That was one of the things that I didn't do. So you don't do that as well. You make sure that you are very transparent with your client and you are adding value to them the best way you can. And then also what I did not do, which I should have done, was ask for more referrals, giving them an incentives when they bring referrals in or when they bring clients in to me. So make sure that you are covering all bases with that. Okay. Well, I think that would be some of the things or some of the mistakes that I've made. But if I do think of some more, I will be back. And also, these are some of the mistakes that I've made in my salon, in my salon journey business. These are some of the mistakes that I've made along the way. So, anyway, I appreciate you for being here and thank you so much for listening to the video. If there's any comments, please let me know. And I am going to be educating you on being a beauty empire CEO because, like I said, the years that I've had in this industry, and it was very successful. And like I said, the beauty industry has saved me from it. Is really I've had a good quality of life in this business, and I want you to be a beauty empire CEO. And whether you have a client, whether you have a staff on things like that too. And then also one more thing I do want to say to you: when I got another salon after my first salon, which I got it with my husband my husband at the time, not my previous husband. Oh, be careful how you connect with someone that can see some opportunity in your life, because with my ex, we went through a lot getting a business together, which was a very good thing to do, but getting a business with the wrong person can be very detrimental to you. He just almost tried to destroy, especially he didn't have what it took for that. But anyway, he just saw the opportunity for him to cash in. Okay. So be careful with who you connect with, whether it be spouse or business partners. Be careful. Okay. Then that was an added bonus for you there too. Alrighty. So thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Any comments, reach out to me. Let me know how I can help. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye bye.